What is lock or protective lock? Lock is an electronic or mechanical device that is designated to prevent entry into building, container, or hiding place. Lock also is a mechanical device for securing a door or receptacle so that it cannot be opened without the consent of the owner. Now, lock also a device securing a door, gate, lid, drawer, or like in position when closed, consisting of a bolt or a system of bolts. First first of all, metal locks occurred between the years 1870 and 900 are attributed to the English craftsman. It also said that the lock was invented to Durus of Samos in the 6th century BC. The Romans invented metal locks and keys and the system of securing provided by wards. The oldest known lock was found archaeologists in the Kursaba Palace ruins near Nineveh. The protective lock was invented to be 40 years old and it was forerunner to a paint tumbler type of lock and a common Egyptian lock for the time. History of locks. From the dawn of modern civilization, our ancestors developed a need to keep their belongings to themselves by using mechanical device known as lock. Initially, those locks were only simple nuts made from rope or other materials. The fall of Roman Empire in 1st century, the innovation in the field of lock was completely grounded to the hot locksmith in European Dark and the Middle Age did not have the technology or fund to create new protection techniques. It's time to try to compound lock pickers with new tactics. Instead, no one simple lock. They created multiple key mechanism, increasingly complicated key design.
Good evening, sir. I am here in front of you to discuss my topic. My topic is all about the key-operated mechanical lock. A lock is any device which prevents access or use by requiring special knowledge or equipment. Mechanical locks are mechanical devices which secure an opening by keeping a door closed until a release mechanism is activated, usually a lever, knob, key, or lanthorn. Key-operated locks included cylindrical lock sets, often called key-in-knob or key-in-lever locks. They are normally used to secure offices and storerooms. The locking cylinder in the center of the doorknob distinguishes these locks. There are several types of mechanical locks, but they all provided the same basic function to secure a door. A lock operated by a corresponding key. The lock has a housing and a keyway is formed in the housing along keyway access for receiving the corresponding key therein. There are three varieties of this lock. First is single cylinder, next is double cylinder, and the last is single cylinder with a thumb horn. A single cylinder lock is mounted inside the door. It has a twist knob to lock it from the inside and then has an exterior cylinder that requires either a key or a code to unlock. Next is double cylinder locks. It is similar to the single cylinder lock. A double cylinder lock is mounted in the door itself. The difference is that rather than having a twist knob on the inside, a key is needed to lock or unlock the door from both and the inside and outside. In some ways, this is safer because it prevents a vulgar from breaking a piece of glass in your door or a nearby window to reach in and unlock the deadbolt from the inside. However, some argue that this type of lock can be somewhat of a fire hazard because of the extra time it takes to find the key and get out of the house in event of a fire. Both the single and double cylinder lock, the exterior side of the lock can only be unlocked by a key. The inside includes a thumb turn knob that also has a keyhole. When you're home, you can leave the thumb turn unlocked and the door will operate the same way a single cylinder would, locking only when you throw the twist knob, and the thumb turn can only be locked and unlocked with a key, adding an additional layer of protection when you're away from home. Single cylinder uses a key or rotating thumb turn on one side that actuates the locking mechanism. You will likely see these sliding doors that can only be locked and unlocked from the outside, from the inside. That's all, sir.
Good evening, everyone. I am Julia Jane S. Chalin, B. Scream 2A. So, a daily report is typically a document prepared by employees to submit to their supervisors. A standard report contains details on how they spent their workday, including any achievements or challenges they encounter. If a particular project is underway, the daily report serves the purpose of updating the boss on the project status. It should provide an overview that describes each member's task and progress. This saves the time of a daily meeting but still allows the project to remain on track and keeps the manager well informed.
Good day, sir. My name is Romy B. Gonzalez from BS Cream 2 Block E, and we are the Group 3, which entitled the Protective Locks and its types. So, this is my topic for today, which is the pin tumbler mechanism. So, what is pin tumbler mechanism? The pin tumbler lock is a lock mechanism that uses pins of varying lengths to prevent the lock from opening without the correct key. Pin tumblers are most commonly employed in cylinder locks but may also be found in tubular pin tumbler locks, or also known as radial locks or ace locks. So, as you can see, this is the case, and the plug, and also the keyway. So inside the keyway, it has E parts. So first, the spring. Spring are devices that adjust spacing. It pushes the pin upward to open the door lock. So next, driver pin. Without a key in the lock, the driver pins are pushed downwards, preventing the plug from rotating. With the correct key is inserted, the gaps between the key pins and driver pin align with the edge of the plug. Next is key pin. The purpose of key pin is to control mechanism. Further comprises a control device for fixing the pin or controlling the pin key to move upward. So as you can see, the driver pin and key pin are not equal in the lineup. So if we insert the wrong key, the pins are not lined up, which means the plug would not rotate. So if we insert the correct key, everything lined up and the plug turns. So that's all, sir. Thank you.
lever tumbler mechanism. This style of lock is a variation on the principle of the first locks ever used. A bolt is released when the corresponding key fits the mechanism, moving the levers to the correct heights and allowing the bolt to slide out smoothly. The insertion of the key inside the lock acts like the effort applied to the mechanism from one end. The effort applied by the key turns or pushes the cylindrical pins in the lock, which acts like a fulcrum at the center of the mechanism.
Good day, sir. My name is Mary Jane Lumintasico. My topic is all about padlocks. What comes into your mind when you hear the word padlocks? Padlocks are detachable locks that normally incorporate U-shape, board that hangs at one end and designed to be passed through an opening of a house or a link in a chain to protect against unauthorized use, theft, vandalism, or harm. They are comprised of three basic components. First, the shackle, the body, and the locking mechanism. Shackle most often a loop of metal U-shape that opens up to lock and unlock the padlock, available in varying lengths and diameters to fit a variety of needs. There is a rather unique style of lock. See the single paw shackle padlock below that uses a straight shackle. Body, the solid part of the padlock that contains the locking mechanism. This is the body and this is the locking mechanism. This is so solid part which is used to make more secure and safety. Third is the locking mechanism or cylinder. Locks usually have a keyway where the key is inserted, or they may use a type of rotary mechanism or dial. Types of padlocks. Padlocks are used in virtually every business, organizations, and home. In order to fill the needs of these different groups, a wide variety of options and styles have been developed. These are the common types of padlocks. First is a breakaway shackle. This means a lock that features a scored shackle that will break when struck by a hammer or other substantial object. This padlock would be used in applications where the lock may be need to be removed rapidly when emergency response like sprinkler hose, shut-off bulbs, or fire hoses. This is a breakaway shackles, which is easy to break when there is times of emergency. Second is combinations. A lock that uses a retarder dial or series of buttons to unlock the device rather than conventional key. These examples is a key padlock, but the combinations is didn't use the key but the rotary dial or series. Second is combination with key control. A lock with key control that can be opened with a key or a combination. It is a key and there is a combinations, a rotary device. This type of lock is typically used in schools or locker rooms. The control key is capable of opening all the combinations locks and that's it. It is known as in school or in our locker when we are in high school when we experience locker. There is key and there is a device or a control key to open all the sets of combinations of locks. Next is guarded or screwed or shielded. A lock that has solid metal guards that protect and surround the shackles on both sides, leaving only the top of the shackles exposed. Next is government. Locks meet exacting US government production standards such as commercial item description. This government is so very safety and secure because it was made by US government. Mostly it used in a commercial, in malls, or most or industrial wait. Next is high security. A lock that typically has one or more of the following options to increase its level of protection. So, why do we need to use padlocks when it is not, the materials used is not safety or not solid, not protect your house or your home away from unauthorized persons, theft, or those dangerous persons entering your home or your businesses? First, you need to harden steel shackle for cut resistance. Sometimes those shackles is not solid. It can only be cut for cut resistance. Second is rounded shackles to protect against cutting and prying. Most cases, thief can enter using by pliers or cut the padlock. But when you use a padlock that is strong and a metal, so the protection is in there and there is no crime or accidents happen. 3 is peak resistance key cylinders. 4. Reinforced locking mechanism to resist prying. Laminated. The body consists of multiple pieces of metal stacked on top of each other to form a tamper-resistant lockouts. Lock designs, especially in lockout programs, that open a provisions on the lock to write the user's name and come with only one key to limit access to the lock. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration's Control of Hazardous Energy Lockout Tagout Standard 29 Code of Federal Regulations 1910.147 identifies 5 requirements that padlocks need to be compliant. First is must be durable, manufactured with materials that withstands usage environment. So when we secure the protections away from theft, we need to protect our environment. We need to be environment friendly when we use padlocks. Second is must be substantial, cannot be removed unless considerable force is applied. You use padlock in order for security, so it must be strong. It must be strong and cannot be removed. Third, there are types of padlock. First is the single pole shackle. Second is with the resistance. Third is keying options. What was I example to you? And second is next is master key, which is there is one key. There is different keys in 4 locks, in 4 padlocks. In 4, there are different keys, but there is a master key used to open all the padlocks. Next is rekeyable. Next is interchangeable core. Next, padlocks is non-removable key. This non-removable key is very known for us. It will always hold in a keying mechanism when we lock it again. So that is non-removable key. And next is reserve key systems. And the materials of padlock constructions are plastics, aluminum, brush, and solid steel case hardened steel, stainless steel, and titanium. That's all. Thank you and God bless. That's all.
Combination lock. Most combination locks use a wheel pack, a set of wheels that work together to know the combination. All wheel packs are all designed around the same principle. The typical combination lock has a combination dial that is attached to a spindle. Inside the lock, the spindle runs through several wheels and a drive cam. The number of wheels in a wheel pack is determined by how many numbers are in a combination. One wheel for each number. When you turn the dial, the spindle turns the drive cam. Attached to the drive cam is a drive pin. As the cam turns, the drive pin eventually makes contact with a small tab on the adjacent wheel called the wheel fly. Each wheel has a wheel fly on each of its sides. The drive pin spins the first wheel until it makes contact with the wheel adjacent. This continues until all the wheels are spinning. This is known as picking up the wheels. Each wheel of the spindle has a notch cut into it. When the right combination is dialed, all the wheels and their notches line up perfectly.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Reverend Jim Yusala, base coming to Block E. Code operated lock. Instead of key, this type of lock system requires a numerical code to grant entry to a facility or property. The code is punched in by user via a numerical pad similar to those on a basic calculator. If the correct code is entered, the door lock or deadbolt should release. Code operated lock. It's a type of locking device in which a sequence or symbols, usually numbers, is used to open the lock. The sequence may be entered using a single rotating dial which interacts with several discs with inscribed symbols which directly interact with the locking mechanism. That's all, sir. Thank you.
My report is one of the types of locks, the card-operated lock. It is fitted with a recording device which registers the time of use and the identity of the user. The card-operated lock is often seen on door. For example, the hotels and condos or any other places. It uses the key card to open the door. The key card lock is a lock operated by a key card, a flat rectangular plastic card. And some example to use key card is to swipe and insert.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Mr. Libradilla, B Scream 2 Block A. Now I'm gonna show my report about mortise lock.